Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode number 244. This one discussing episodes 5 through 8 of Fiveman. Oh, and with these episodes now, I plan on stopping with 24. So with these 4, I'm down to about 16 more to go before I basically stop. Over the whole series left, there is exactly 40 left. Yep, 40 exactly left. Still a while to go for this one. We have 4 standalone episodes this one. In the case of the plot of the first episode, it's simply having this creature, this monster of the episode, turn babies into eggs. Making these condor humans. I'm like, this is the most bizarre plot I've ever heard of. Yeah, it is so weird. And there's not much to this one at all. It feels like a standard thing of the week. It is the weirdest episode I've seen. I hate hard workers. This one basically involves a monster, makes people lazy. Yeah, and has a girl much on the back. And some people don't notice the fact, hey, why is there a long line at this register? Because this person's being lazy. I'm like, they're like, I already did my nails, or in the case of news reporters. By the way, they have one point in the episode where the monster shows up on live TV and makes reporters start singing. Well, because they want to be lazy. I'm thinking, really? Yeah, I thought that was the most bizarre thing. In the case of Super Sentai, before this, none of the monsters ever did this thing where, oh, let's just pop up on TV and basically turn news announcers basically freaking lazy. I thought that was freaking weird. Like, oh my gosh, it was the most weirdest thing. But this one, mostly put, is a 5 Yellow episode. Yes, this is her episode, which is interesting. Excuse me, but you gotta think, okay, but what about 5, you might ask? Well, Five is most of the whole. It's mostly focused on one of the very few recurring. They also have a one-shot alien known as the Galaxy Egg, and this egg only appears as one episode. It thinks it's Dogro's kid, but not really. It's really weird. Uh, 6 has like this one-shot character per se, but yeah, 7 is a 5 pink episode. And here's a rarity. The creature pops up here is mostly put basically this giant pig monster, which I think they may reuse the suit for another monster, because I've never seen a monster set with this in Zoo Ranger. Well, mostly put the head portion. It's a very interesting episode. It's a good character piece for uh, pink, 5 pink. In the case of the 8th episode, this features another alien who's not like a trying to turn into a monster. By the way, 7 is the first one where technically the monster episode who pops up does not merge with a robot and make him giant size. Yeah, it's the first episode not to do that. I'm like, that's interesting. Yeah, and that's the case of episode 7. Episode 8 is an interesting one. We have basically a woman named Saya, which when I saw her in the episode, and of course seeing her in the line, she reminds me a lot of a character we just last saw in Fiveman with the same name. And I'm thinking, really? And by the way, the actress and player, not the same one. Now here's something interesting though. The name Saya has been used many times over the years. They used it a little bit later on in Ginga Man. But appearance-wise, this character reminds me a lot of the fairy Celine. Like, Yeah, virtually put like almost the same exact appearance. Like all they changed with the outfit is that she's blue now. The outfit's blue. It's got no wings. Got the same headpiece. It's literally the same design. It's just basically with different actress in the costume. You could say they just used basically a redesign. That's possible, but they don't say. I've never read anything about this where basically like it's a redesign of a character from the previous series. Now, there's no behind the scenes stuff. It's literally a very similar design, except the thing is not made of metal. It looks like plastic. It looks like made of fur. But to me, when I saw this character, I'm like, is that Celine from Terror Ranger? And I went, nope, not her. Not even the same actress. It's a completely different character. It just looks like her. No, it has nothing to do with the fact that the person's Japanese. It's just that when you see this character, she looks like Celine from the very previous show. And you could say this is one of the times basically you have the writer of the show reusing stuff that he used basically from the previous series. In the case of this character, it's only off one episode. Yeah, this good character is also for Gaku. Excuse me, Five Red. He gets a call from her via basically a telepathic message where she's disposed because she's useless. And she's the last survivor of the planet known as Crystal. Yes, seriously. There is a planet called Crystal in this series. And I'm thinking like, wait, did the show rip off basically Crystal Studios? Or at least some elements of movies from the 80s with this character's name? Or at least where the character comes from? It is possible. Maybe Planet Crystal is a planet of fairies. Who knows? It's kind of weird what it is. I mean, look at this here, like, oh, is Selena back from space? Nope. Just different character design. It's different character. But the character is not even in the beyond this episode. Only here for this one episode, and that's it. Yeah, one-shot character. Last surviving member of basically a planet, and that's it. Oh, by the way, in case you're curious, we do get a few more allies over the course of the series. The last one appears in episode 25. Yep. Now, I was reading up, like, is there any, like, characters killed off prior to the last arc? The answer is no. With the exception of the monsters, nobody gets killed off here. And they keep adding characters later on, and you think at one point they have too many characters in the show, and kind of currently they do. Some don't even feature some episodes. Take, for example, Captain Gora. He was absent from episode 5, but he comes back in episode 6. But he was the first one to take an absentee. Yes, also named Sasuru, who was absent in episode 3, and basically is there for 4 and 5, and absent from that point to episode 16. It's similar to Farina. The Larngy Bleeds, this one's actually absent from episode 6. But this come back sporadically. Yeah. And in case you're curious, how many monsters we have this one? Roughly 3. Yes, 3 monsters, because in 6, there is no monster. Well, it's kind of a monster anyways. Yeah. But these episodes are interesting for what they are. Am I looking forward to reviewing the rest of the series? Oh, yes. Yes, I am. Yeah. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for this particular review. Next episode of Comic Corner, it's on to Eden Zero next. See you next video. Bye.